Hello everyone, okay, this is video 51 and I had one of the forum members contact me, Joachim, and he was asking if I would do a video with reference to something in particular about the true bars, candles and market sentiment thread, and because he didn't fully understand it, well, neither did I, to be quite honest with you, and I'd forgotten about it, and it was something that I never really put to bed in my head, if you pardon the expression. It was something that I never fully understood, so I've been back over the thread. I haven't gone through everything on it, and there's still more that I need to go over, but one thing in particular was this here, and it was regarding the unbalanced volume, the red and the yellow dots and the true bars or candles. So I've had a look at this, and this is my interpretation, and I hope it is correct, though I'm sure it is. So if I just read through this, and then we'll bring up a chart and we'll go through it. So each space between the vertical lines, based on Gaddy OBV or later version, represents one true bar, a candle. Now this true bar candle Joe was struggling with, and it refers to, I believe, when we talk about a true candle, one that either goes up or one that goes down. So we're not really referring to a doji, or are we? And the true bar or candle is absolute, so as is mentioned here, never mind what happens in between. It refers to the whole of that area that you can see here, the blue or the pink one. I'll bring a chart up in a minute anyway and try and explain it. I'm maybe not explaining it very well. So from trough to peak, yellow to red dot, is a true up bar. That's probably the better way to describe it, isn't it? From peak to trough, that's red to yellow dot, is a true down bar. So that, I think, sums it up. So let's just bring up these two images here. So this was the first one where G put the lines in. So this was the last yellow dot here, and then we've got the first red dot. So that's a true up bar. So we've got the red dot to the yellow dot, that is a true down bar. Now the next one, there's quite a few bars in here, or candles, isn't there? So this is our first yellow bar, sorry, our first yellow dot, and this is the last red dot, though at this point we don't know it's the last red dot until we get to this point here where we've got a yellow dot. So this area here is a true up bar, and ignore what goes on in between. Here we've got a series of candles, so we've got, this is the last red dot, obviously we've now got this yellow dot, and this was the last yellow dot, though again we don't know that's the last yellow dot until we get this red dot here. So this is a true down bar. So this was then filled in, and you can see, so this was the true up bar, this was the true down bar. So obviously price has gone from here down to here, and vice versa. Now I replicated this on a chart myself, so you can see at the bottom I've got a yellow dot here, and then we've got the red dots. Now that was the last red dot there, but again we don't know that until this yellow dot forms. So in practice, what does this really tell us? I'm not too sure, to be quite honest with you. So if I just continue, we've got red dot, and then we've got the last yellow dot here. So this area here, I've put them in blue, so the blue areas are true up bars, and the ones in between are true down bars. So you can see here, down, down, down. Obviously there's a bit of a retracement going on here, down, down here, down here. So all the blue areas are true up bars, and we disregard everything that's going on in between. Now interestingly, I have been playing about with just putting the zigzag indicator on to create these channels, and obviously within that thread has been spoken about water flow, and I'm going to leave that for another video because it's something I want to explore a little bit more. And so we've got this water flow, we've got water volume, water level. So anyway, that's for another video. So just have a look at these red dots, Joe, and compare it to, for example, the tick volume indicator, because tick volume indicator gives you an idea of trend. This one's an interesting one. Look, it looks all the way down, and then as this dot, we don't know it's the final yellow dot, but obviously it's the last final one. We can see with hindsight. Interesting how the tick volume indicator line is now coming up from there. And another interesting point is if you put the volume zone oscillator on this chart, the dots line up with the peaks and troughs on the volume zone oscillator. So these dots signify a turning point on the volume, the red and yellow dots signify a turning point on the OBV indicator. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'm not an expert on this, so don't expect an expert reply, but I will try if there are any questions. Okay, goodbye.